Alright, this should be working. I can actually see if the camera is there. So if the camera is not there, I'm just going to cut this part out. But welcome to Mandarin class. 欢迎来到我们的中文课. Today we're just going to introduce what Mandarin is, talk a little bit about. Welcome to Mandarin class. 欢迎来到我们的中文课. Today I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what Mandarin is and where it's spoken, as well as a couple of things that make Mandarin a little bit difficult to learners. So first, what is Mandarin? Mandarin is a language spoken primarily in mainland China, Taiwan, and then as you can see there's a little dot here, that's Singapore. So these are the three countries where Mandarin is an official language. However, Mandarin is widely spoken around the globe in the very vast Chinese diaspora. So here you'll see the dark blue represents countries where Mandarin is spoken as an official language or by a vast majority of the population. Green is where there are a lot of Mandarin speakers. Then you have a darker blue and lighter blue. Those are the next tier of number of speakers. Then you have pink, which is the next lower tier. Each blue dot represents a place where there is a big density of Mandarin speakers. You'll notice it mostly corresponds to where there are big cities. Now, when we're talking about Mandarin, that is one of our Chinese languages. However, you might hear people talk about Mandarin as Chinese as separate things, and that is because there are many Chinese languages. So this is a map of China where it's divided into the majority language in each region. You'll see that Mandarin is spoken mostly across a wide swath in the center as well as in the northeast, whereas you might have other languages like Cantonese or Tibetan or Korean or Mongolian, stuff like that, which are also widely spoken. However, in those other regions, Mandarin is still the language of education, so you'll speak it in school. You'll speak Mandarin oftentimes in the workplace if it is a larger company. And you might also speak Mandarin if you're ever talking to someone who is from a different region, even if they're not from a Mandarin-speaking region. It is what we call a lingua franca. It is the main language of life, government, and society in China, as long as it's not within your own household, and then it's still, and even in that case, it might still be the language that you speak there. You might have heard that a lot of people say Mandarin is a hard language. Why would they say that? One of the biggest reasons is they look at Mandarin and they see this. It's a bunch of characters. We call each symbol a character. They are called Hanzi in Mandarin. Hanzi are actually written in a number of different ways. Today you have, that number being 2, you have simplified characters on the left and traditional characters on the right. We are learning simplified characters this year. It is the characters most commonly used in mainland China as well as in Singapore. Traditional characters are used in Hong Kong to write in Cantonese and in Taiwan to write in Mandarin as well. So you'll still see more simplified characters than traditional. Characters actually have many different forms. They've developed from a very long time ago. So the first character you see here, which almost looks like a picture of a horse, is from the Shang dynasty, which was around 3,000 years ago, a very long time. And then as you can see, it has morphed into what we will see today. So here is our traditional character. Here is our simplified character nowadays. Okay. Another thing that people will say makes Mandarin a bit difficult is tones. We'll have a whole lesson to go over tones and pronunciation, but just suffice it to say that that is another reason why Mandarin might be perceived as difficult. All right. 再见 for this time, and we'll see you in the next video.